A father's obsession with the truth became his children's worst nightmare, and when the truth finally came out, it destroyed far more than trust. What happens when suspicion turns into evil, and the only heroes left are two terrified little girls? Connell sat in the dimly lit living room, staring at the clock on the wall. His fingers tapped impatiently on the arm of his chair. His wife, Ada, still hadn't returned home from work, leaving him alone with their twin daughters, Zara and Zira. His mind was clouded with suspicion. For weeks, Connell had noticed Ada's strange behavior, late nights, secretive phone calls, and a distant attitude. His trust began to erode, eaten slowly by doubt and paranoia. "It's already 11 p.m., he muttered to himself. What kind of job keeps a married woman out this late? Convinced Ada was being unfaithful, Connell had taken drastic steps. Without her knowledge, he plucked strands of their daughter's hair and sent them for a DNA test. The results came days later. Connell opened the envelope with trembling hands. "They're not mine," he whispered in disbelief. "After everything I've done for her? This is how she repays me?" His world collapsed. Rage consumed him. But instead of confronting Ada with the results, Connell turned his fury on the innocent, the children. One night, while Ada was working late again, Connell entered the twins' room. His expression was unreadable, but something in his eyes terrified Zira when he whispered, "Wake up." "Daddy," she murmured, confused. "What's wrong?" "Be quiet and listen," he said, his voice low and stern. "If either of you speaks about this to anyone, you'll regret it." The girls froze. Terrified and confused, they said nothing. That night became the beginning of a nightmare. Whenever Ada was away, Connell would enter their room, a shadow in the dark, leaving them silent and broken. After another traumatic episode, Zira sat up in bed, crying. She turned to her sister and said, "We can't let this continue." "What can we do?" "He said he'll hurt us if we talk," Zara whispered, clutching her blanket. Zira clenched her jaw. "We'll record him. Maybe Mama will believe us if we show her." The next day, Zira searched her mother's drawer and found an old phone. That night, when Connell came in again, she pressed record. She captured everything. After days of pretending, hiding, and fear, Zira slipped the phone into Ada's handbag. She didn't even tell Zara. If their father found out, only one of them should be at risk. The next evening, Ada returned from work just before midnight, tired and distracted. She barely noticed the extra weight in her bag, nor did she suspect the strange quietness from the girls. But the next morning, while sorting her things at the hospital where she worked as a cleaner, Ada found the phone. She unlocked it casually, and her world shattered. There, on the screen, was her husband's voice. The dim bedroom. Her daughters trembling. His cold whisper. "Be quiet and do as I say." Ada collapsed in her chair, shaking uncontrollably, the phone clutched in her hand. Tears poured freely. That night, she didn't go home. Instead, she went straight to the police. "This isn't a joke," the officer said after watching the clip. "Ma'am, we're going with you right now." By midnight, Connell was in handcuffs. He didn't resist. "I knew she was cheating," he muttered, glaring at Ada. "You brought strangers into my house." Ada's face twisted in confusion. "What are you talking about?" "The twins," Connell said. "They're not mine." "What?" "Connell, what are you saying?" Ada asked, stunned. He told her about the DNA test. The paper. The proof. But the police weren't convinced. With Ada's consent, they reopened the case and contacted the lab. And that was when the truth hit harder than betrayal. The DNA results had been faked. Connell had used a roadside lab, one that would give you what you want to see for the right amount. The samples weren't properly handled. The man Connell paid admitted it. He told me to make it say he wasn't the father. The test was never real. Everything Connell did to the girls, every night of trauma, every threat, every wicked moment, was based on a lie he paid to believe. The police added charges of child abuse and evidence tampering. Ada, broken but burning with purpose, moved her daughters into a safe house. One night, over a quiet dinner, Zira asked gently, "Mama, why were you always coming home so late?" Ada looked at them both, her eyes tired. "I wasn't cheating," she said softly. "Your father lost his job months ago. I didn't want you to go hungry. So I took 2 jobs. Cleaner in the day. Hospital assistant at night. I kept it from you, to protect you." The girls cried. And so did Ada. Weeks later, Connell was sentenced to 25 years in prison. But the story didn't end there. Ada uploaded the video, the one Zira recorded, with a message that spread like wildfire across the country. "Parents, please, listen to your children. Silence is not safety. Fear is not obedience. I almost lost my daughters before I even knew they needed saving." Her words sparked a movement. Schools began awareness programs. Child protection hotlines rang off the hook. Other children found the courage to speak up and survive. Zira and Zara now speak at events with their mother. They tell their story with strength. They are no longer silent. Because courage saved them. And the truth, even when painful, set them free.